Good evening, dear viewers. Tonight, we embark on a journey beyond the veil of the seen world, into a place where the past is never truly buried, and where objects, once thought discarded, still hum with ancient malice. There exists a shop, hidden between heartbeats and alley shadows, where the inventory is as old as the sins of mankind. It is tended by one who knows the weight of secrets, and who bears the gift, or curse, of seeing beyond the surface. This is a place where every item tells a story, and every story leaves a scar. Welcome to the Haunted Inventory. Vanity, dear viewers, is an ancient vice, older than kings, more enduring than empires. It creeps into the soul like ivy up a crumbling wall, until even the strongest foundations give way to ruin. Tonight, we meet a woman who gazed too long at her own reflection, and found not beauty, but a monster staring back. Step carefully, my friends, for once a mirror sees into your soul, it never forgets. The bell chimed once, sharp and shrill, as Madame Corvel entered the shop. Selma looked up from a drawer of runestones, her senses prickling before the woman even spoke. Perfume, thick and cloying, filled the room. Roses overripe and rotting. Madame Corvel moved like a dancer out of step, her limbs too fluid for a woman of her advanced age. She wore a heavy black veil, the kind worn at Victorian funerals, and yet her mouth, glimpsed beneath, was curved in a smile far too bright. "I require assistance," she said, her voice oiled and slick. Selma nodded, silently inviting her to proceed. From her velvet purse, Madame Corvel produced a small hand mirror. Its frame was blackened silver, carved with thorny vines and tiny, screaming faces. So tiny that at first glance they seemed merely ornamental. Selma's fingertips ached as she beheld it. Something inside the mirror pulled at her, a slow, relentless undertow. "It belonged to my grandmother," Madame said sweetly. "I thought it might fetch a price." Selma smiled thinly. "All things do, eventually." She unwrapped the mirror carefully and placed it upon the counter. Immediately, the light in the shop seemed to dull, as if swallowed by unseen mouths. Selma risked a glance into the glass. At first, she saw only herself. But wrong. Her reflection was gaunt, hollow-eyed, her lips stretched closed with fine black thread. A cold shiver raced down her spine. She blinked away the image. Madame Corvel watched with her fear-bright eyes. "You've used it," Selma said, her voice flat. "I have benefited," Madame purred. "It shows the soul, you see, and it takes from those who dare look too long." Behind the veil, Selma glimpsed it, a face too smooth, too ageless, clinging like wet paper over something crumbling beneath. "I suppose you wish to sell it now because it demands more payment than you are willing to give," Selma said. The old woman's smile flickered. "It has begun to show me things," Madame whispered. "Things I do not wish to see." The mirror shuddered once, almost imperceptibly, and then a figure formed behind Madame Corvel's reflection. A man, hollow-cheeked, eyes empty, placing his cold, accusing hand upon her shoulder. Selma recognized him from the whispering records she kept. Frederic Corvel, Madame's first husband, dead by poison. Another figure joined. Richard Corvel, her second, then a third, then a fourth, each one betrayed by the same elegant hand. The mirror caught them all, and now it demanded recompense. You cannot outrun what you have done, Selma said, voice low. Not with veils, nor mirrors, nor perfumes. Madame Corvale shrieked as spectral hands clawed from the glass, seizing her arms, her throat, dragging her reflection inward. Her body remained standing, but the spark behind her eyes dimmed, replaced by a hollow vacancy. The mirror, sated for now, fell silent. Selma turned back to her ledger. Entry number 238, The Widow's Mirror. Effect: reveals soul's crimes, consumes vitality in exchange for false beauty. Cost: final judgment by reflection. Status: retained. Highly volatile. She placed the mirror upon a high shelf, wrapping it tightly in crimson cloth. The glass still pulsed, faintly, like a heart, waiting for the next vain soul to gaze too long. Beauty fades, dear viewer, but guilt endures. Madame Corvale sought eternal youth and found herself forever young in the cold grip of her victim's memory. The widow's mirror remains, a looking glass for the damned. Peer carefully next time you admire your reflection. You may find that the thing staring back is not you, but something far worse. Good night.